Okay everybody, here we go with round 2 of Zombicide. Before I start, just one thing I want to sort of clarify. Earlier, when I traded the fire axe between Phil and Ned, Ned could have given Phil his pan in the same go. It depends on the people playing really. If you decide that Phil says yes I would like your pan, then obviously Ned could pass it over, but you don't have to, if you don't want to, give the other player one of your equipment when he gives you one of his. So it depends on the players. What would have been a good idea is if Ned had another pistol, then Phil could say, right, I'll give you my axe if you give me that pistol, because then that would give him dual attack with pistols, which would be a good idea. But in this case, because Ned's only got a pan, there's no point in giving it to Phil because he wouldn't be able to use it. So that's why Ned's kept it. Anyway, on with round 2. So it's going to be the survivors to go first. And don't forget, we moved the tracking counter down to Doug, so Doug will be the first one to go, and Doug only has a pan, so there's not a great deal Doug could do. Just for fun though, let's have him have a go at fighting. So he's going to use one action to move down here, and the pan shows you that you use 1 dice and you need a 6 or more to kill him. So let's just see if he can do it. So I'll roll the dice here, and he got a 5, so he didn't actually do it, but because he's got another action to use, he's going to try again, and he only rolls a 2. So Doug's done absolutely nothing that turn. What he could have done is he could have traded with Amy, but then Amy would have lost her weapon, so that's why I didn't do that. So Doug's done absolutely nothing that turn. So now we move to Phil. This is Phil. He's over here. He's not going to use range weapon, so he's not going to shoot from distance, because if he shot from there he would have to attack all these as well. So he's going to take one move in, and he's going to have a go. Now Doug needs 1 dice, and he only needs 4 or more. So this is his second action, and he's got a 3, so he's missed. So he's going to take for his third action, he's going to try and do it as well, and he's got a 3 again, so he's got nothing. This is not good news for the survivors. This could be a very short game. So he's used all 3 moves. So the next one is Ned. So Ned is now got to do some damage. He's got a fire axe. He can use 1 dice, but he's got to get 4 or more. So he's going to have 3 tries here at hopefully getting rid of these 2 guys. This is Ned. So let's see what Ned can do. He's only got a 3. So this is his second one. He's only got a 1, and this is his third go. 1 again. So Ned's done absolutely nothing also. We've only got 3 characters to go. So Wanda, who's over here, they're going to have to start to do some damage. So she's going to move in. It's getting really crowded here now. I know she's only got a pan, and hopefully she'll get a 6. So she's got 2 more goes to get a 6. She's got 1, so that's excellent news. So that's 1 walker off, and because she's killed something, she moves up the track to position number 1. Get it there, there you go. So she's on position 1. So she's done one good thing. She's got 1 action left. Can she take out this other one with a 6? She can't. So damage limitation there, not too bad. Next we've got Josh. Now Josh has a crowbar. He gets 1 dice, and he's got to get a 4 or more. So there's Josh. So he's going to have a go to see if he can wipe this guy out, because don't forget, this is the only guy that can actually attack. So they've got to try and kill him. He's only got 1, so he's got 2 more goes to get this guy. He's got him. Brilliant stuff. So that one's gone, and also this now means Josh moves up to track 1, and he's still got 1 more action. So he's just used 2, but he's going to see, he's going to stay where he is. And next we have Amy. Now Amy has a pistol, so what she's going to do, she's going to move in here, and she's going to range attack against this guy. Now she's got a pistol, so she's got 1 dice, and she's got to get a 4, so she's got 2 chances of killing this zombie, and she's got a 5, so that's good stuff. So that zombie's gone, and that means Amy has now moved up to 1 on the experience point. Now Amy's got 1 more go left. She gets 1 free move action, so she's going to use the free move action to move in here. And don't forget, she's still got an action left, so she's now going to search. So we go over to this pile, pick up the top card. Oh, look at that, gasoline, excellent. So Amy now has the gasoline, so all she needs now is a bottle, or somebody to get a bottle and trade with them, and they can get the Molotov and hopefully take this guy out. So it started off pretty badly for the first 3 guys, and then good old Wanda with her pan did some damage. Luckily Josh and Amy finished off what was in the very near vicinity. So that is now the end of the survivors' turn, and we now move on to the zombies. So don't forget, the first move from the zombies is attack, but there's none there to attack, so we go to the next move, which is the next one, which is move. Not forgetting, a lot of people keep forgetting this, you've got sound tokens. There's quite a few noise tokens appeared. I can't remember the other words, so I think it was about 6 noise tokens, something like that, but it's not really that important. So these zombies, they can't see anybody, but they've heard the sound, so they both move 1. That zombie can see them, but he's also heard the sound, so he moves 1. The abomination can't see anybody, but he moves towards the sound, so he moves 1 as well. So the abomination is on his way, and we now have to do the spawning. So as always, we start with the top one. So we turn over and see what we've got. Nothing. So that's brilliant news for us. Nothing spawned there. This one here, 1 walker. So we have a new walker. We now come down to this one. We'll do away with these. Turn it over. Another 1 walker. And finally, that slot over there, nothing. So that's worked out pretty good for the survivors. They've done alright there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on to the next round right now. Not forgetting, Tracker has to move down, so the next first one to go will be Phil. So I'll do this round and then I'll finish off the video. So Phil gets to go first. That's this guy. So they're not really too bothered about these coming down at the moment. There's going to be a lot more spawning. Because we've got 2 zeros on spawning, that's worked out fine. So what he's going to do, Phil's only got a pistol, so there's no point in trading. So he's going to take 1 move here, and he's just going to search there, and he has a scope. So if he gets a rifle at some point, he can add that scope to it, which will help him. So that's 2 moves. So he's going to stay there, getting ready to cover the door. So the next one to move is going to be Ned. So Ned is going to move 1, 2, and his third action is going to take this. Now remember, when you take this, he gains 5 points on experience. So I'll just try and do this one-handed. So there you go, Ned is up to 5, so he's nearly, you know, gets 2 kills, he's in the yellow, which is not good for the heroes, but it's one objective finished, so that's good stuff. Now Ned gets a free search action. Remember, he's used 3 actions. He used 1, 2 to move, third one to activate, and now he's going to use his free search. Now this is bad. What you thought was a pile of rags is in fact a zombie. Place 1 walker in the room you just searched. So this isn't good. A walker has appeared, and he can actually attack on his next go. So they've got a priority now, is to try and get rid of this walker. So that's Ned's go over. We now have Wanda. So Wanda is going to take 1 move. Now I'm deciding now whether she can actually... No, I think what she's going to do, because she can move 2 zones, can't she? Is her ability. So that is going to be 1. Because she did so well last time, she's going to take a second action to attack. Now she's only got a pan, so she's got to get a 6. Oh my word. 6. Zombies gone. Noise counter. And Wanda has now gone up to 2. So Wanda's doing really well here. Good stuff from Wanda. So it's 1 move to do that. Second action was attack. Third action, she is going to search. And she's got a machete. Now this is good stuff. Wanda has now actually got a half decent weapon, and if she gets another one of these, because it's dual, that helps her even more in combat. So not a bad move there for Wanda. So what did start out to be a bit of a dodgy situation for the survivors has turned out in their favour. So that's Wanda's go finished. We're now going to move on to Josh, which is this guy here. Josh. Now I've made a mistake. Have you noticed? I'm going to have to take this off of Wanda. Because she was in this slot, she had to use 1 action to move away from the zombie. So she had 1 action less. So she would have taken 1 to move, 2 would have been in there, and the third one would have been attack. So she can't search. So she's lost a machete. But we know who's going to get searching next. He's got machete, so that's a mistake I've made. So Josh is going to attack this zombie, and Josh got 1 dice and he's got to get 4 or more. So he's got 3 attempts now to take this zombie out. He's got it, no problem. And he's created noise. No, he hasn't created noise, because, sorry, the crowbar doesn't create noise. But he goes up the track to 2 now. So I knew I'd make mistakes as I'm going through the game, but it's good to see that. So now that one's gone, he used 1 action to do that. So his second action is to go in this building. Remember, you can only search in buildings. He's going to search, and we know that he's going to get the machete. So he's now got a crowbar and a machete. So that's his third action. So what he can do later on is to trade, or someone can trade with him. And the next one to go is Amy. Now Amy's already in here. She's got pistol, so she's got a weapon anyway, so it's not too bad. It doesn't really matter. So she's going to decide she's going to search. Oh my word, she's got the shotgun. Now this can take out a fatty because it's got two dice. So what she's going to do is the gasoline can is going to move to the back, and she's going to arm herself with the shotgun. Now you can see what's going to happen in a minute. She will probably trade this pistol with Phil so he can have dual weapons. And what he can do is give her the sniper rifle. I think, yep, he's going to give that to her to go with her shotgun. So that's something to think about in the future. So that's two moves. That's one thing she's done. She's searched. Right, she's now, that's one action, so she's got two actions left plus a free move. So she's in the same slot as Phil, so that's exactly what she's going to do. She's going to swap her pistol with Phil. He's going to give her the scope, so he has now got dual weapons, and we will see that come into effect when he attacks next. And because the scope is attached to a rifle or any ranged weapon, it says on the scope, it doesn't take up any extra slots. So she's got more powerful, and so has Phil. And that is all she's going to do. Now we just have Doug. Now Doug is out here all on his Todd. He needs a weapon because he's only got a pan. So what he's going to do, he's going to take one move to go in the building, and now he's going to trade with Josh. So Josh says, I don't want your pan, but you can have the crowbar. So Josh is now giving Doug the crowbar. So they now, apart from Wanda, they all have a better weapon. So we need to get Wanda built up. So that was Doug's go. So that now ends the survivors phase, and we now move on to the zombies. Again, as you can see, they can't see any people, but there was a noise token here. They can't go through this door, so they have to work their way around. So this is where they all move. They all move to one because they can't attack. There's nothing to attack. So they've now got this nice little group here. So we can maybe start to move out and use some ranged weapons against them in the next move. And now we have to spawn. So let's hope the cards will be generous to us this time. So we'll spawn up here first. And we have nothing because they're all still on blue. So we do this spawning zone here. Nothing again. Good stuff. The nearest spawning zone. Nothing again. And this spawning zone. One walker. So we've got one walker spawning there. So that was really good for the survivors again. Yes, they've moved nearer, but they're all bunched up, which is nice. And now you have one extra walker. Now if they were to open this door, bust it open, obviously you wouldn't spawn anything outside. You only spawn when you go into a building, not when you go out of it. But that would mean using up an action, so it'd probably be best for them to do that. So what I'm planning on doing is bringing them all back round into this one while they're all still healthy, because there's 2 rooms here, because there's going to be 2 spawnings there, whereas that room there is only going to be 1 spawning, so we'll leave that one. So they're going to move into the bigger one and try and take out this lot and get this token. But we don't want Ned to get that token, because that will push him into the yellow. So we want one of the lower people with the lower experience to go in and get that. So that ends the 3rd round of Zombicide. I think I've explained it okay. Sorry for the bit of dodgy sort of camera work, but just a quick recap on what we got now. Amy, his experience point is 1, but she's got a ranged weapon with a scope, and she's got the gasoline. Doug hasn't killed anything yet, but he now has a crowbar to go with his pan. Phil ain't killed nothing yet, but he has 2 dual weapons, which is really good. Then Ned, who's on 5 experience, but he's got an axe and a pan, so he's not too bad. Wanda, she's got 2 experience and she's got a pan, so we need to beef her up a bit. And then we got Josh, who's also on 2 kills, and he has a machete. So it's not looking too bad at the moment. Still a little bit worried about this abomination, but with any luck one of them will find some gasoline, an empty bottle, and we can take them out, because with the Molotov cocktail, if you throw it into this group, it will kill everything, no questions asked, they'll all be dead. So it'd be nice if they can find maybe a bottle on their next go, do a trade, whoever's got it, with Amy, combine them, out into the street, throw them, kill them off. So until turn 4 on my next video, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.